So hello and welcome. My name is Ruth from Curbal.com, and today I have 6 Power Query productivity tips that I didn't know. That's amazing. I knew 5 of them and one I just forgot about. But I am betting that at least one you didn't know too. Prove me wrong on the comment box, okay? All of that in just a second. Okay, so welcome back. 6 productivity tips for Power Query that I am betting that you didn't know. Let's see if I am right or not. The first one is choose columns. Okay, I have shown you 1,000 times how you can actually, when you are removing or columns, when you import something and you get a bunch of columns and you just want a few, instead of remove, you should remove others. There is a better way. When you have a lot of columns, it is so frustrating to go through each column, try to find which ones they are and select them. You select them wrong. There is a choose column function, like button in Power Query. You click on that, you select the columns that you want, and it removes the others. Why didn't I know that? Did you know? I mean, it's just really, really good. The next one, it is, I've had that question 1,000 times, working with customers. Okay, how many rows do you have on the table? It's like, I don't know. And when you import things into Power Pivot, at the bottom it says this table has 100,000 or whatever it is. In Power Query you don't see it, and because Power Query does not show all the rows, you have no possibility. But there is a button that says count rows that will give you the number of rows. I didn't know that either. I had no idea. This is the one that I knew, but I forgot. You import a data source and for some reason you just want to change either perhaps the authentication method, or you want to change the database, or you want to change something. And to change source settings, I always go to File and Source Settings. I forget that there is actually a button in there to change this right away from Power Query. And I knew about it. It's just I keep forgetting it all the time. I have to use it more often. That one I knew. Now, another one that I didn't know, and this one is so helpful. Okay, imagine this. You import data into Power Query. You have a bunch of columns, and then for some reason you want to remove them. You want to do something else before. But one of the things that Power Query does is it gets the data, it picks a table depending on the source, and then it changes the data types, right? So it changes text to text and numbers to numbers. It tries to detect which data type it is. And oftentimes I just don't want to go and mess with that, because if I have a lot of columns, I don't want to do that manually, for everyone. So I try not to remove that step, but sometimes you have to. Well, my friends, there is a button on the user interface that is called Detect Data Type, that it will do just that. So you can remove it, do whatever you want to do, and then click Detect Data Type, and it will do exactly the same thing with the columns that you have left. I mean, I didn't know. I had no idea. How cool is that? It's fantastic. Okay, so here is the next tip. You have a column and you do click on the arrow, sort of ascending, and then for some reason you say, oh, it's not ascending, it's descending. It happens to be all the time. Or you just want to do ascending and descending. Is there any blanks? Is there whatever the reason could be? Well, there is actually a function or a button that is called reverse rows that will do that for you in just one click, instead of going there and picking up things. Or perhaps you just want to see the end of it if you have indexed, or it will just swap your column like that. Boom, boom. It's super easy. I didn't know. And the last one, also productivity saving, moving columns. I don't do it very often, but when I do it, it's often because, I have like a lot of columns, and I actually want to compare this with this. I'm doing some transformation that has to do with 2 columns, and I want to have them close to actually see them. Or just because, I don't know, the way that I've transform anything, I want to have something specific in the beginning. And I always go and first try to find it. I should actually use the choose columns, or go to column and just get it there instead of scrolling. I have to get that in my mind. So first go to column, you have to use that. And then once you've done that, once you've done go to column, you can actually go, and there is a button that's called move columns. And it will move it to the left or to the right, or it will move it to the beginning or to the end. So you can actually pick column 1 that I was comparing to the beginning, pick column 2 that I was comparing to the beginning. I will have both in the beginning, and that's it. Then you can actually then delete those steps once you've done with the transformation. I don't think those are needed. I had no idea. So here's my question to you. Did I manage to surprise you with any of the tips? Maybe it's just me. I had no idea, but I thought they were really, really good. Like, you know how much I love productivity tips, so these are it. Okay, with that said, I'll see you again on Wednesday. So until then, take care. Bye.